Howdy, y'all. I am your professor for EDUU 624, Dr. Kimberly Green, and I officially welcome you to class. We're going to just take a couple things about the class, and then we're going to get to your Easter egg. So first of all, please, Dr. K. I'm very genuine about that. Dr. Green was a dentist I had growing up, not my favorite person. Please, you will note that whenever you log in, you land on announcements. Now, I do email out the announcements after I post them as well, but just to be safe, always do take the time. I post a lot. You'll get a lot from me. Always take a moment and go over the announcements just to be safe. Now that you're in the class, you found this video, that means you're inside course information. Please go through everything here. Everything that is shared here and everything we do in the whole of this class is truly meaningful. I'm the chair of the MAE. I've been with Chapman Berman, what day is it? Which way is the wind blowing? For over 12 years now. I promise you, with my hand on my heart, there is no filler in this class. We're all grown-ups. We've all had an experience somewhere along the way where we took a class and we felt like half of the work was busy work. I promise you, there is nothing in this class or in this program that is busy work. Everything is specifically tied to a course objective that empowers your journey toward all of the mastery that is desired and expected of someone who completes this program. There is no filler. If there's an activity, an experience, something, and you're like, because we have these moments, why am I doing this? Have faith. Have faith that whatever you're working on, which may not feel purposeful and meaningful in the moment, have faith that it is there to scaffold you, prepare you, empower you. There is a reason for that activity, that video, that experience, that reflection time. All of it is authentically purposeful. I promise you that. Okay? So, you'll go through the rest of course at a glance. You'll go through the rest of course information. Please go through your syllabus. And your course at a glance, please go through this very carefully. Now, you'll note it is a Google Doc. And you need to scroll down to see it all. Well, I'll be honest with you. From a design perspective, that's purposeful. Because in a lot of other classes, when the link is only there, we find people don't really read it. When we post it and it's completely visual, it takes up too much of the screen estate, and people, again, they don't really read it. But when you have to add in the behavioral component to scroll through this specifically, from a design perspective, people are much more likely to focus in on what's there. You'll notice for each week there's two sets of standards. There's the course standards, and you'll see EDUU. EDUU is the International Association for K-12 Online Learning. They are amazing. Now, for those of you who are teaching adults or in early childhood, you may be going, really? Let me say, yes, really. Let me explain. When we were initially building out this whole program, whether you're in the certificate, the master's, we did major research. And we looked at the tried and true. We looked at ISTE, we looked at Sloan Consortium, we looked at everybody out there. And honestly, the EDUU standards, partly because of their international component, because it's authentically international, not just pretending it's international, they focus more on the instructor/designer than they do other outside components. I'm not going to badmouth any of the other standards. I'm telling you why we liked EDUU. There's a depth to what these standards are that is truly in alignment with best practices for transformational learning. Affectively, behaviorally, and cognitively. If you haven't taken EDUU 609 yet, you're going, what? If you have, you're going, all right? Because, okay, that's another conversation. So, You will note 2 sets of standards. They work in tandem. All right. Please go through the entire course at a glance. You will note you can download it directly and have it on your computer. But I tell you, oh, hang on. The dean is calling. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. When the dean calls, we answer. You will note that I role model a lot. There's no pretense here. If I make a mistake, I'm going to be open about it because I want you to recognize we are a learning community and we all learn together. And we not only learn through our successes, we learn through our mistakes. So now, let me go back to the course at a glance. With the course at a glance, because the curriculum has to truly serve the learner, even though everything here is smartly designed and rich and engaging, you know what? Every class of learners is different. And if I recognize that we've got a hole in understanding or something isn't working, I will make modifications to the curriculum because it is my responsibility to facilitate your journey from novice to expert. The curriculum is the primary set of tools I use to do that. But my job is to serve you, not serve the curriculum. See the difference? If you don't, I'm happy to discuss it. But so what I'm saying is, if I need to make modifications, I'll let you know. There won't be any surprises. But that's one of the reasons, another reason that we like Google Docs so much. Okay? I promise there are no surprises here. Everything is present so that you have the tools you need to succeed. Because that's the goal. This isn't instructor versus students. This is all of us working together to strengthen our individual skills as well as our skills and understanding as a community. I'm very genuine with that. All right, so please go through the course at a glance. Late work policy, if something's going to be due, you have to speak to me in advance. That is purposeful because I give a lot of feedback. Now, I'm also the chair of the MAE, which means all week I'm in meetings, I've got this, I'm building that, I'm changing this. We're all crazy busy adults. I carve out Monday and Tuesday as much as is humanly possible so I can focus in on grading and giving you meaningful feedback you can use going forward. If work comes in late, I may not have the opportunity to circle back and give you the feedback. I know points are important because I've been in your shoes. But the reality is, points are just shorthand. And I know this is heresy, but points are meaningless. It's the feedback that you get from them that is what's so important. I am a very formative type of professor as much as I can be. I'm begging you to do your best. If you make a mistake, if something is a colossal disaster, as long as you learn from it, I may say to you, you know, I get what you were trying, but you missed the boat. Here, try it again, but think about it from this perspective. You may still get the points for trying, for being genuine, particularly in the beginning of the class. The points aren't my focus, and I'm begging you to not be your focus either. Focus on the learning. Use the feedback you get, which is why when stuff comes in late, it's problematic. If it's going to be late, I know. We're all busy, crazy working adults. I get it. I get it. We have lives. We have families. But we are working in accelerated semesters. You're getting an entire semester's worth of learning, of credit, of experience in 8 weeks. I mean, when you really think about it, it's kind of crazy. But it is what it is, and we're all in this together. So if a kid gets sick, if there's a problem, if the neighbor next door cuts your internet and you can't get to some place for a day or two, let me know. Work with me. I am on your side, but you've got to communicate with me. You can't vanish and then show back up and think you can just throw a bunch of stuff in the grade center and it'll all be good. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. The design is scaffolded, mindfully scaffolded. You can't just jump in and do something. You've got to have all the experiences that lead up to your being able to be ready to do the next thing. Okay? Next is our threaded discussion and blog rubric. Please go over these. They are so important. 21st century learning is very much predicated upon communication and collaboration. These threaded discussions and your blog are primary tools for you being able to experience that, rehearse it, work on your skills in those areas. Honest. Please read the rubrics. Read the rubrics. All right? Your initial post is always due by the end of Wednesday night. A Brahmin week is a Monday through a Sunday. With our threaded discussions, they are asynchronous conversations. Just because they're taking place across time and space doesn't mean they're not real conversations. Dialogue, not monologues. This is not Shakespeare. This is academically trying out new language and exploring new ideas with your peers on the same journey. One post, the initial post on the topic, is due by the end of Wednesday night, before you go to bed Wednesday night. All right? It's not 11:59 p.m. If it comes in, we've all had those days, at 2 o'clock in the morning Thursday, that's fine. You got the intent. But that way we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to authentically engage in dialogue, dialectic dialogue, coming to create understanding for ourselves, not looking to somebody else to give us the answers. That's why engagement is so important. And you'll note also with your first post, every first post, you want to end it with a question. Something about the topic that you're more curious about, or how does this relate to me? A question that pushes the conversation forward into an area that is meaningful for you. Own your learning process. Again, everything here is designed purposefully and meaningfully. All right, so please go through the rest of this. Every week we have a thread discussion. They're all graded by this. Here is your blog rubric. Again, the same thing. Please be present, mindful, reflective. Go through the expectations for that. There are no surprises. Everything we've built is designed for you to succeed, to master. This is not gotcha. This is, okay, we're going to do this. Things are scaffolded. Things are ZPD, Zone of Proximal Developmentally designed. It really is about your journey from where you start to how much more you're able to do and say and think and understand and wonder about and design and be creative with going forward. Okay, so please go through everything. Oh, late work policy is there twice because that's how important it is. You've got to talk to me. We have 3 synchronous meetings in this class. The dates are posted the end of week 1, the end of week 3, and again at the very end of the course. That is consistent throughout the whole of the program. You must attend these meetings. Now, each meeting has an AM and a PM. Please, you must attend one. Only one. Don't come to both meetings. You don't need to do that. One of the 2 meetings per session. End of week 1, end of week 3, end week 8. Please get signed up for those. If there is an emergency and you miss a meeting, you must talk to me immediately. Immediately. Okay? These are a major requirement. We will be using Adobe Connect. You will want to have either headphones, earbuds, and if you're on a laptop, you already have a built-in mic. If you're on a desktop, you're going to need some kind of microphone. I don't want to use a telephone line. We'll only use it for emergencies because you can't do breakout rooms. So here's my expectations for you and yours for me. Let's start with yours for me. You should expect a lot of feedback. You should expect a lot of communication. You should expect I will do everything within my power to support you. You should expect honest feedback. Even if it's not what you want to hear, at least trust that it's genuine. What I expect from you is you will bring your best self. You will engage in this class a minimum of 3 times across the week. A minimum of 3 different times across the week. You will read, you will reflect, you will be genuine. Send me an email. That's your Easter egg. Send me an email and you've just earned yourself 2 points extra credit. Thank you very much. Welcome to class.